I was wearing my wool socks and I had to put a pair of socks underneath my wool socks. Good morning. We're in Iraq this morning. They have a market that they go to every Saturday, so we decided to come along to get into town. So we're here. We just had breakfast.
It's really good.
It was really, I mean,
I don't
it was
even know what it was.
Grocery store breakfast, but it was delicious. Today our goals are find a cord so we can get internet at home because we have no access right now.
Unless we use their computer, which is not optimal. And the keyboard is different, so we can't type much of anything.
It's really weird. And then we're going to go to the train station to try to reserve our next train tickets, so that's all set. So, that's what we have today. This is Iraq. We're here for a market thing on Saturday. This is the market. It's a pretty cute town. It all looks old and French.
Cute, except for the fact that they can't make reservations.
Yeah, no, so
Other than that,
found out from 2 different places that we can't make reservations here for our next train, which kind of sucks, and we also can't find an internet cable, which kind of sucks. So
we have to order the internet cable and go to Agen sometime to make a reservation.
yeah, that'll be fun.
This is how we approach the goats. They're actually being pretty quiet today. Around the corner. And our welcoming party. Hi.
Hi, goats. Oh, hello. Hi. Okay, so over here, there are these like giant slugs, and they're disgusting. They're all over, and they like curl up, and it looks like a half of a softball when they're just like resting. But yeah,
They're gross.
they're gross. So what I'm doing right now is I'm scooping this cheese into here with an ice cream scooper and put it there. Good morning. This is the pasture that Marie takes the goats to every day. And they eat here for the afternoon, and then we bring them back. Yeah, it's a really pretty morning. They've been pretty foggy and cold. They're getting cold. That's okay. We're making lunch again. It is onion, potato, tomato, and beans.
And spices.
And spices.
Kind of whatever Laura found in the cabinet.
And I was just looking through the cabinet to find stuff. And it's delicious. And we figured out how to make use the coffee maker. And we bought decaf. So we're having our coffee.
We're getting a lot of coffee. Oh, this one's going fast.
Lots of coffee. And then we're also going to start supper, which is like this. What are these called, Aaron?
Those are Swiss chard.
Swiss chard. This is Swiss chard, and we cut it up. And you put it with cream and goat cheese and potatoes, and it is amazing.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
And I don't like Swiss chard, especially cooked.
It's really
great.
good. Mom, you should try it at home. It's really good.
What does she call it? Gratin?
Yeah.
Which I would spell Gratin. I don't know if that's like a generic term for this kind of thing, or if it actually implies this specific dish. But it's great. This is Hercules. He's my friend. He's my goat friend. Hi. The goats can hear us coming. And you see, I don't know if you can see them. They're running. They know that food is on its way. Which it is. It's right here. So we're headed to give this to them. This is our greeting. Every single time we walk down here. And nobody got her head stuck today. It's really nice. It's been like a whole day since they've done that, hasn't it? 2 days even.
There was one time last week where there was like 4 of them stuck at once.
Oh, there were 3 of them stuck. And then I walked over to try and like get their heads out. And then this other goat walked over and got curious and stuck her head in too, and then she was stuck. This is what we deal with. Okay. Now Laura gets to go pull the hay out and throw it at the goats.
Go away. Come on.
They like to chew on my pants when I go in there. A lot. It's a feeding frenzy. Some of them like to stick their feet in there, like this one. And then they'll like pop their head out to go and look for another spot. But of course there's never another spot because there is one spot per goat. So then they go and like headbutt someone out, like here, she's doing it right now. To try and, or like push it like this. Like trying to push their way in.
That's not nice, those are the little ones.
It doesn't usually work, but they try. See? Like that.
Oh, but that's number one. Yep.
Which one is number one? Down there?
Second on the left. She eats the other goat's ears until they move out of their next spot. She does it all the time. She does it down here. She just eats their ears.
Is this her now?
No. No, she's still there. See, she's like whacking.
Oh,
everybody.
yeah. Number one is
See,
the dumb
she's
goat.
eating her ears again.
What is the dumb goat? She's done enough unintelligent things that we have deemed her the dumb goat.
Oh, and then sometimes they go 2 to 1. See there?
And then they
Two
get
heads
stuck.
in one slot.
And then one of them tries to pull their head out and they can't because it doesn't fit. Because there's another goat in the way. I'm telling you, these are really intelligent animals here.
So what I started explaining yesterday was how these are made. We scoop them out of, there we go, these buckets. And then they go into the containers that Erin is washing right now. Those containers that you saw before. And you fill them up all the way to the top or overflowing, and by the time all of the liquid comes out, it's about half the size that it was before. So this is the stuff, this is the fresh cheese that we made yesterday. And this is from a different, mold and different ones. So that's how the fresh cheese is made. I'm not sure how the preserved one is yet. This has been one of our major chores in the last 2 weeks.
Washing the cheese molds.
Washing molds.
It's fun. So much fun.
It's actually not that bad if you like listening to music, which we figured out this week.
Yeah.
I figured out this week, because I was on wash duty all last week.
All last week. It was like 3 days.
Yeah, well, it was a long time. So they go from here to either rinse or wash, and then we stack them. Not very interesting at all.
Good morning. Laura, say good morning. She says good morning. We are on our way to do our morning chores with the goats. It's like 8-something-ish, which is when they go and feed the goats. We just had breakfast back there. This is the field, and this is where some of the goats live. So we are going to prepare the grain, which we'll just show you. Just show you that stuff. And then Laura's in here. So this is the grain that's been draining overnight. So we pour it into these buckets. And then there's more grain over there, that's like soaking in water, that we have to pour into these buckets so it can drain during the day, and then we give it to them at night. Yeah.
Almost every morning we change the line for the goats here. This is their pasture that they go to in the afternoon. And we take this line down, like Erin is doing, and we move it up one, so that they have a new spot of green plant, so they can have a new part of that to eat.
Accomplishment of the day. I broke a shovel. Right there. That's supposed to be straight. I was digging up thistles. Right here, there's where I dug one up and putting them in that bag, because we're cleaning out the field. And I broke the shovel. So we have to see what I can do about that. I'm gonna go tell Marie. I'm hoping they have another one somewhere.
Well, Marie and Matthew are getting pigs in the next like month or two. And so we've been put in charge of clearing this out for an electric fence, which is gonna be fun.
Popcorn goats. Oh.
Matthew and Marie wanted an American dinner for tonight, so Aaron and I planned to do hamburgers and French fries and ice cream. But we have to make the hamburgers and the French fries. And I go to make the hamburgers because Aaron doesn't want to touch raw meat, and I realized that Marie had gotten, they're like patties already. I'm not sure what to do because I was going to put onions and spices and everything in them, but they're already made and I don't have to do anything, which is kind of nice. But we're also going to have onions on it and tomatoes and cheese. I think we have cheddar cheese. We couldn't find any cheddar cheese in Italy, but I think they said they have it here in France. And then Aaron's going to make the French fries. They have a deep fryer, which is, we'll see how it works. And then we're going to have ice cream for dessert. All American meal. It's pretty cool. It is freaking freezing this morning.
That's the best way to put it.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't sleep last night. I was wearing my wool socks and I had to put a pair of socks underneath my wool socks. And then I wore leggings under my pants. And I was like barely warm enough.
We traded beds because you had picked the bigger bed, which is hard, and I got the smaller bed, which is more comfortable, but then you were getting sore. So we switched. And so Laura woke up and she's like, I'm freezing. So I thought like, oh, like, you know, that bed was warm enough for me. I mean, I'd probably be like roasting in this one now, just like if she was warm. No, I was cold too.
I think
need more blankets.
it was just a cold night.
It was
and
a cold
it's
night.
freezing this morning and
The thing is, I don't have leggings or anything to put in my pajamas, so that's about as warm as I get. Unless I want to sleep in my jeans or a sweater or something.
you can sleep in a scarf. I did that too. I slept in my scarf.
I should do a scarf.
Oh, it's too cold to be outside.
So this weekend when we're in Agen, we are doing a little bit of early winter shopping. Just something to keep us warm.
We finished the pig pen.
It's done.
Yay, it only took us 3 days.
The last part, like today's stuff, we did half of it today.
Yeah.
And it was nothing by comparison.
So, this morning we did the morning chores, and then we moved the entire pasture over because they had finished eating, you know, the one. So, we took everything down and moved it and put it back up, which took about an hour and a half?
Roughly.
Took me about an hour and a half. Aaron came a little bit way through.
I did the stuff in the cheese room.
Oh yeah, Aaron made cheese today.
Well, I didn't actually make cheese. I just washed the buckets.
Oh.
Or I don't know what to call tubs.
Yeah.
I don't know. That they make the cheese in. It just kind of sits in there and becomes cheese. I don't fully understand how it works, but it's pretty cool. So I washed those. I got to watch her make cheese.
Yeah.
I just didn't get to do it myself.
Yeah, so Aaron was in the cheese room, and then we had like an hour or two before lunch. Free, because we didn't have to make lunch. Usually we make lunch before that.
Right.
And then we had lunch with 10 people.
12.
12, including the kids, but
Yeah, but they
ate early.
ate quick and left.
Matthew is building a huge, like, structure thing, so we have
For the tractors.
lots of help, hired help, and they eat lunch with us, which is kind of fun. So Aaron cleaned up from lunch, and I washed dishes in the cheese room again. And then we were told to finish the pig pen right after we did that, but we decided to take a break because we are worked enough as it is here. So we took like an hour break to have tea, and then we finished the pig pen in 45 minutes, and then we came back here and we're having more coffee.
So now we have like an hour or so before we have to go out and do the evening feeding.
Yeah.
And that's our day.
That's our day.
Tomorrow, you'll see this, tomorrow we get to go to Agen and do some train reserving.
Yay.
And buying gloves and sweatshirts. Because, as Laura stated this morning, it is frickin' freezing. I grabbed an extra blanket out of the attic, and I'm going to ask them tonight for more, because the 2 blankets that we each have are not enough. Good morning.
We're in Norak again with our coffee and pastries. Today we're hoping to get to Agen to reserve train tickets, because we didn't do that last time, so that's our goal.
Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah, we're hoping. Oh well, we have French coffee. It's all good. We got the tickets! Yay! I'm so happy we're done with our Frontier Rail. Pain in the butt. Of course, it wasn't for the time that we wanted, but...
The train for the time that we wanted, that we thought existed, apparently doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. So we got tickets, and it only took 10 minutes, and it was wonderful.
It was nice.
So now we're gonna go shopping a little bit for winter clothes, because we're freezing, and we don't have coats or hats or anything.
Old.
So we're gonna go shopping for 2 hours, and then go back home. That's our day. And this is Agen. And I kinda like it.
It's a nice little place.
I bought a coat. It's super awesome. It's there. I'll show you when we get home. But it's pretty cool. And yeah. And Aaron was looking for a coat. We never found a coat for Aaron.
I didn't find a coat.
Yeah, there's this problem in Europe with like everything being about double the price that it normally is.
Around there.
So
I mean, I was finding like some coats that were in the range of 90 to 130 euros. For reference, that's $150 plus. But none that were even like halfway decent or warm enough. So yeah, it's wonderful. I am quite enjoying this not finding a coat thing.
yeah, it's kind of a problem. I mean, mine was the cheapest that we could find, and it was 70
€70.
70 euros, and that was like really cheap.
That's
So
around $100-ish for our viewers who use dollars.
yeah. So we're gonna be shopping in Paris, trying to find some stuff in Paris.